Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays and I'm in the Minotaur, at tier 10 British light cruiser. I'm on the map Sleeping Giant in a 3-point domination game. And while there is a carrier, there are only 2 cruisers and both of them have radar, obviously. And well, I've spawned in the center and I've sailed all the way over here to the A cap because there were barely any ships here. I'm divisioned with Valkyrie and Viper, and Valkyrie is here in his Holland, and meanwhile Viper is trying to grab center. Now we found the Friedrich here. I'm trying to get some troops off. Now this Friedrich, I think he's reversing, so I don't think the troops will make it in there in time until outside of range by the time the troops arrive. But you know, I can just shoot him a little bit here. And so far, I mean, I'm doing a bit of damage. So there is that. There is also a gearing. My hydro is running though, so is the gearing actually gonna come? Is a detected gearing sailing in front of a Minotaur smoke? That's not a wise choice here. It's not a wise choice. Now unfortunately, we're losing spotting here, but hey, there is the Shimakaze. My division mate has engaged this Shima. And you know, I'm more than happy to lend my guns to that, and this Shima is pretty dead.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
So, okay, 3 destroyers have already been destroyed. We've lost 1, the enemy lost 2. So, interesting start. The enemy Friedrich is almost down. Now, once this Friedrich is dead, this clears up. Well, okay, the Friedrich is... No, he didn't get away. Okay, so perfect. Now, without the battleship threatening me, I can just leave here and then sail into A. Now, my division mate is also sailing into A from the other side. Not sure if the gearing is still around. There's a Flounder potentially coming this way, but it's not here yet. I might even be able to ambush it around this island if it decides to push in, which is pretty questionable. We do have a Borodino still here backing us up. Overall, this game is not looking too bad. We're currently 1 ship ahead, and we are doing pretty well on camps. Of course, they're still rather early. So, yeah, I'll try to have some signals. I'm a bit concerned that the island will eat quite a few of those troops. I didn't drop all the way next to it. But it doesn't look like the Flounder wants to eat those troops. It looks like she's going to slow down, maybe even turn away. Anyway. This flank is pretty much... Well, like, it's just... The Flounder could keep pushing here. In which case, maybe we need to back up the Borodino, but my division in the Holland is also still there. And yeah, it looks like the Flounder has already initiated a turn and is probably gonna go all the way around. So... Yeah, we're equal on ships. It's just that we have all the caps. And the reason we have all the caps is because the enemy team, I don't know, is just not that interested in them, I guess. It's almost as if the enemy team isn't interested in playing this game. Or maybe they just don't get what objectives are. Yes, it's a hard concept to understand, right? Anyway. Now, while it's looking pretty good for us, right, it could still turn pretty bad. The enemy team is down to 1 destroyer. That makes it hard to contest objectives, but if the enemy makes a good push somewhere, they can easily turn this around. But of course that would require the enemy team to sort of move forward. Something that they might actually be doing at the sea cap. Although they only have 3 ships there, well, we do as well. Like, I'm not sure what the Wooster and the Constellation are doing there. The Wooster is... Oh, I'm radar. Yeah, that Wooster is a bit closer than expected. So the Wooster decided to push in. Not sure what the Wooster has been doing so far. So let's get some troops off. I mean, a Wooster's armor piercing isn't the most scary in the world, but I'm a Minotaur. So in a sense, every armor piercing is scary to me. So I need to be careful with my angling. The thing is, okay, the good news, right? A Wooster doesn't have the greatest firepower when it's nosing, right? With the way the Wooster's guns are, placed, nose-in Wooster is not that scary. And if he shows too much broadside, then my armor piercing is gonna do a lot. But you know, a nose-in booster isn't something I can do a lot of damage to either, because I only have armor piercing. But somebody else smacked him, right? I'm not alone here, there is a tier pit. And together with this tier pit, I guess we got this. So midway is coming my way. I'm an anti-air spec Minotaur, I'm reinforcing the side, so obviously I'm not doing shit. Okay. Now I could smoke here, but I don't think it's needed right now. The Wooster's radar is, I think, still on cooldown. The thing is, or the biggest threat is that constellation coming around here, but for some reason it's not, right? If that constellation actually suddenly appeared, those guns would be rather threatening. I guess also the enemies that are pushing C, right? If they sail by one of those passages, suddenly get shots at me, that would be an issue. But, you know, none of this happened yet. So we've taken out the booster. And there is the constellation. It's still full health. It's reversing. Why? I mean, now it's going forward again. Constellation might actually be able to lob shells here, so I'm not sure how clever it is to shoot it. And yeah, you see the shells, the enemy in C has now pushed far enough. And that's some very scary stuff in C, right? That's an Iowa, a Lion, and a Moscow. And all of them can do pretty bad things to him.
Problem solved, sir.
Now, I have no idea what the enemy is going to do, but they might just push through. I mean, they either might push through this channel. I guess the Lion. But also still, the Moskva is already past it. So we're just gonna, you know, saturate this channel with some single-launch hoops. Carrier is back spotting me, that's bad. But only briefly. So for some reason that constellation just seems to really like this island. I have no idea what this guy is doing because he was definitely moving. But I guess he would have been very helpful to the team if he did something, right? If he had pushed around with the booster, for example, it could have been a problem. Now overall, the game is still looking reasonably well. We have lost the C cap, but oh, there is a top into the Iowa and there is another one, so the Iowa is pretty low. My division mates are hunting this gearing. They are running into the constellation, maybe they can torp it a bit. Oh, there's even more torpedoes, nice. So our Stalingrad here has a problem, Moscow. And thankfully for him, I'm here to provide assistance, so that Moscow is completely broadside. Now the Moscow guns are pretty scary, and the way I'm angled, he can probably even tell me. I don't know, can Moscow's guns overmatch my nose? Something I probably should know, but I don't. So yeah, but the Moskva did a lot of damage to me, but I'm doing a lot of damage to the Moskva. Because, you know, Moskva not the most maneuverable ship, and if you suddenly have a Minotaur on your side, you're just getting wrecked. Constellation stuck. Yeah, I mean, he was moving earlier, so maybe he has stuck himself by now, but he was definitely not stuck earlier because he moved, and it looks like he's moving a little bit. It's just, I don't know what that constellation is doing. The answer is not a hell of a lot, and I'm not sure why. But hey, this is World of Warships, nobody has any expectations. Meanwhile, speaking of expectations, can we expect the Lion to push around? Yes, so I wanna torp myself some Lion. The constellation has been torped by Viper Sox meanwhile. And the enemy is down to a gearing, a carrier, and set Lion. Now I do have a smoke ready, so I'll try to come around here, pop a smoke, and then torp the Lion from smoke. I mean, I can also shoot it. Obviously, I'm being detected by planes while I'm doing so, and okay, the Lion is too low health to torp, but we can just pew it the old-fashioned way. And yeah, that basically ends the game there. There is only a carrier left. We had 950, the enemy's at 42. So yeah, this is a win. and that brings us to the results. And you know, I thought it was a pretty fun game. It started out pretty even, like at least ship-wise, we were pretty even for a long time. It's just that the enemy ignored the objectives and their push in the end came way too late. And I guess they had a useless constellation. That didn't help them either. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.